It's here. It's here. It's here. You guys, it's here. It's here. I got mail. I got mail. Mail, mail, mail. Mail. YouTube, how's it going? It's your boy, Bushcraft Hippie. This is it, folks. This is it. We've got mail. I don't know if you guys can see. It is from T in the Trees. My friend Nate from Pennsylvania has sent me something wonderful. I have no clue what's in here, so we're going to get right to it. If you guys have not checked out Nate's channel, T in the Trees, I'm going to put a link in the description right down there. Wonderful channel. Runs around with his wife and his two awesome dogs, which he refers to as bush pigs. Definitely check his channel out, guys. Puts out some great content. Let's see what we have. We got the Timberline Tactical, my favorite folding knife. I really like the finish on this knife. Very cool. But the knife is not why we are here today. We have... Oh, man. So we've got a box. Ooh. Yes, some cattails. Perfect. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Alrighty, guys. So let's break this down. Let's open some of this stuff up and check it out. The first thing I want to go over is in this bag here. It looks like we have two cattail stalks. I talked to Nate about it, and he said these came from Alabama, which is pretty cool. Him and his wife Mary just moved to Pennsylvania, I believe. So this traveled with him all the way from Bama, and then made its way up to Maine to me. So I think that's very awesome. Also, I've been having a big problem finding cattails lately. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the area I'm in or if I'm just not looking at the right spots. But I feel like I've always seen cattails around, and then this summer they're nowhere to be found. So thank you, Nate. Whether or not you knew how much I needed these, I'm not sure, but this is actually a huge help and a really nice addition to my fire kit stuff. It also looks like at the bottom here we have what appears to be maybe some goat's beard or wizard's beard, as I call it, which is also amazing. Stuff can take a spark from a ferro rod very well, very easily, as well as the cattails, and it makes for a really good starter for your fire kit. We're going to move over next to... Let's go into the pouch. So I recorded it, actually. This is my second attempt of recording, because my first one, I cut open the package. You guys saw that. Then I kind of went over some of this stuff, and this is such a good gift that it was hard for me to really talk about it, explain it all, and break it all down without being extremely excited and stumbling over words and saying, So this is my second go. And I had a chance to kind of look in here and explore some of the stuff, and this is amazing. He made this little pouch here. This is like a classic fire pouch, tinder pouch. Lots of awesome things in here, so let's open it up. It's got this little piece here that slides. Feels, this might be steel, so maybe I could use this as a striker, possibly. Well, we're going to open it up. The drawstring keeps everything nice and tight and in there. And I'm not going to take everything out, but I do want to show you guys some of the things that are in here. The first couple things I want to show off, there is some fungi in here. I'm a big mushroom fan, so immediately when I saw these, I was super excited. What these are polypores, or bracket fungi. By the looks of it, they were growing on birch, so these are either... These are either birch polypores, or they could be horse hooves too. There's all sorts of names for these different kinds of mushrooms, but I'm just really excited to get some mushrooms that are also from a different place. You know, I have mushrooms very similar to this in Maine, but it's just cool to get stuff from different areas. So what these are used for, a couple different usages. The first one, and Nate reminded me of this, I totally forgot. You can make what's called amadou, which is basically your mushroom. You've got this outer structure here. You've got your spore pores. This is where all the spores are held and released from the mushroom. Some mushrooms have pores, some have gills. There's all sorts of different kinds of undersides to mushrooms here, but these have these pores. And then in between this pore structure and the actual top part of the mushroom is, it's very, I don't know, it feels like cork is the best way I can describe it. And what you do, and here's a nice little example of it right here actually. It's kind of what you're looking for, is something that looks this color. But what you do is you process it down, you soak it, and you can char it, I believe, as well. I've never made amadou, but I have heard about it. And it is an amazing fire starter. The other thing you can do with these, which I think is great, and I've used mushrooms like this before for the same purpose, is because of this porous structure here. Let's say you get a little tiny amber or a little piece of like char cloth going. You can put the char cloth or the amber on top of this mushroom and then just blow on it. And all these pores here will catch and go and basically cause a bit of an amber themselves. And the Native Americans used to use horse hoof mushrooms and these same similar style poured mushrooms. They'd take an amber from their fire, put it in here, catch the mushroom, and then they would hop in their canoe, travel days down the river to a new location to hunt or to harvest food, and they were able to carry their fire with them basically. I think, let's see, the one time I've used and tested these out for that process, I put an amber in here, and it would go hours without me having to blow on it, and then I would blow on it and it would come right back to life. And it's just really, it's an interesting way to utilize something from nature. So thank you, Nate, for sending me these. These are really cool. I sent him a message and asked him because this is birch bark, very standard. Everyone knows what birch bark is. But upon closer inspection, I noticed it's a little different from the birch bark that I get up here in Maine. We have all sorts of different birch trees in Maine, but mostly it's just those standard white birch that I find. So I asked him, I said, hey man, what kind of birch is this? It turns out this is silver birch. I don't think I've ever actually seen or used silver birch before, so I'm really excited. And it's just, a lot of it's got this really nice papery stuff hanging out. A lot of the stuff I get is, like this right here, it's raw, just a sheet of bark, very thick. When it's very papery like this, you can just use a ferro rod to strike and it will catch, this kind of stuff very easily. So just those two items alone, the birch bark and these polypore mushrooms, amazing. I want to show, whoop, excuse me, sorry for knocking the camera. Also, he sent me this big, huge piece of quartz. This is really cool. I have all sorts of different rocks and stones and pebbles that I collect as I hike. And he actually, I just watched one of his videos today when I got this in. He's getting into geology and finding rocks and minerals and stuff. He's got a little rock tumbler at home. And, he just went out and he was just picking stuff right off the ground, all sorts of cool things. And he sent me this one. And I was kind of thinking about it. I don't know if it was in his intention, but, if this is a piece of steel here, and he said if this rock is fractured correctly, you can use a quartz to strike just like a flint. So, I don't know if I'll split this rock anytime soon, because it's going to go up and hang out with the rest of my cool rocks that I have. And, I just see the value also in this rock coming from Pennsylvania. That's really cool in my opinion. There's a lot of really nice detail in here. The back of this has got, I'm not sure if that's a different rock or what, but there's all sorts of little crystals starting to form and popping out of there. And some really nice fine details in here. So it's a very cool rock. Thank you so much, Nate. Let's go. There's some jute twine here. Very cool. I've actually never used any of this, but I've started seeing it lately on a lot of people's videos. And Nate's used it many times to make a couple different things, like little torches and little candles. And it's just very fibrous. You can break it apart. You can kind of see here as it comes apart. It's very fibrous. It's just another tool that can be used to catch a spark from a ferro rod or from your flint and steel, and it goes up really well. So a nice little bit of jute twine there. Let's see. And another big thing that I really appreciate too is you've got this this goat's beard. I believe it's goat's beard. I think it's might be called Spanish moss as well. I call it wizard's beard. And this stuff is really good. Very dry. You can get it right off the tree, usually really dry. And I don't know if you can see much detail there, but it's very fibrous. And it does a wonderful job off a ferro rod for catching a spark. So already in here there is 1, 2, 3, I'd say 3 plus the cattails, 4. That's 4 just basic, starting a fire, you know, it, useful things that I'm gonna need and use all the time. So thank you, thank you. And I mean, just look at this. This is filled. I got some more goat's beard here in the side. Oh, another little mushroom. This is, actually no, this is a turkey tail mushroom. You can tell by the textures and the lines on the cap here. And then also, if you flip it around, it's got a little bit of a different gill structure. It's got gills, not pores. And turkey tails are used for quite a lot of different things. You can make a tincture out of this. They have some medicinal properties. But also, this dry, I don't know if you guys can hear the sound that's making, but it's very dry. Takes an amber and will then spread your amber very well, very easily. So super, super useful. Just all great stuff. I mean, a lot of this silver birch, which I'm thankful for. I mean, I can go out and get birch, but it's really cool to get birch from a different area that I haven't seen before. Some of this stuff is perfect. Like, I don't need to process it. Right out of the bag, it'd be good to go. So Nate, great job on making this little pouch, my friend. I've always wanted to make one quite like this. It's great material, too. Nate, actually, let me know what material this is and where you got it from. Because I'd love to get some like this and maybe try to make one of these pouches. So, pouch, fire pouch, very classic, very cool. I'm going to be very styling with that now, so thank you so much, man. We had the box. On top of the box, we had this little bit of leather cordage, and attached to was this Maxpedition. It's a little patch, and it says, "From the Bush Pigs." If you guys don't know T in the Trees or Nate, he's got 2 wonderful dogs. Him and his wife Mary got 2 little dogs, and they are a riot. They're awesome, very well trained too. I mean, their videos without the dogs would still be awesome, but the addition of those 2 bush pigs is like, it's the cream of the crop, man. I love seeing those little dogs running around. So I'm gonna find something good. I'm thinking I've got my little molly packs here. I'm thinking about maybe sticking it right on one of these molly packs, right on the side here or something. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna find a really good place to put this on a piece of gear that I use all the time. So. Thank you so much, Mary, Nate, and the Bush Pigs. I really appreciate that, guys. And Maxpedition, man, that's a name brand. It's a name brand patch, dude. That's pretty cool. Thank you. And then in here, like I said, I've gone and looked at this stuff once already. Recorded one take, so I do know what's in here. And let me tell you, I screamed like a little girl when I opened this the first time. Maybe I'll put in a little clip of that. But inside here is another piece of this really nice material. It's like a suede-y, nice material on one side, and the other is like a nice leathery material. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. We'll put the box down for a second, and let me get some of this stuff back in the pouch and out of the way. Excuse me, let out a little burp there. So, a couple really cool things in here. We'll start off with this. Every bushcrafter is going to want to see this. This is some super, super prime Fatwood. I feel like he said it was from, what was it from? Was it hemlock? I can't remember what he said, what tree this is from. But just this piece, you guys, look at the coloration in that. It is like, it's almost like a rock. Like I can see through it. It's like this really is like a gemstone, man. Fatwood is no joke. I mean, this is beautiful. I've found Fatwood, but this is super awesome. I mean, the smell that comes off this is unreal. So, Nate, I know you know that I love Fatwood to the extreme. I'm a Fatwood enthusiast, and man, this is gold. Fatwood gold, worth its weight in gold. Love it. Look at that. It's just like living. It's like flesh. It's like not even wood. It's like flesh. Beautiful. I literally, words can't explain how excited I am to get out and use some of this. I've never found Fatwood quite like this. So, Nate, bravo, my friend. This is top-notch stuff, dude. We got a lot of pieces in here, and they're all amazing, really nice pieces of Fatwood. So I'm stoked about that. And then we got these two. I was wondering what was going to be in here when I saw these because I opened these last, and these are really cool. I like both of these ideas here. So you open this one, you get a little bit of jute twine, and then you've got some. I'm assuming maybe some like wax or some animal fat. I know he likes to use some fat. Um, Basically, you light this twine, and this is gonna burn forever. You could use this as a little candle, an emergency heat source if you really had to. I, without testing it, I'd probably be able to say that I bet you this would probably give off a little bit of heat, maybe even enough to boil, a cup of water if you had to. But just the Altoids can and the way it's presented is very awesome. I could slip this into my wallet or my pocket or anything really, and bring it along with me. It's just a great little piece of kit. I'm gonna keep my eyes open for some Altoids cans like this because that's very cool. And then the second one, you open it up, and I'm not 100% sure. I was gonna ask him, I totally forgot, but I'm pretty sure that this right here is animal fat. It smells like it. It looks like it. I bet you if I boiled it down, it would then look very similar to this. And the fat, if this is animal fat, there is 110 uses for this, guys. You can use this stuff for anything. Say I'm out in the bush and I'm out there for a week. I use my knife for a day or two. I want to oil it up. Take some of this on my finger, spread it around. It's great for leather. I don't know. I'm gonna assume, if it's animal fat, I would use it for lip balm. I'm a big skier in the wintertime. I love the outdoors in the winter. Lip balm is super important. And I know back in the day, trappers, hunters, campers, stuff like that, they used to, kill a bear and they would take the fat and put it in jars and they use it for everything. They'd rub it on their faces, they would put it on their lips. It's just, it's another way to utilize every little bit of Mother Nature. So, animal fat, wicked cool, fits right in the tin, goes along with the kit. 110 uses, like I said. That's super helpful. It's something I never would have thought of, so thank you, Nate. A good addition to my kit, my friend. And the last little couple goodies we have here, kind of a combination of a few of the things he sent me. These are basically, I can't remember the exact way he described them as what they are, but I would call them a little survival candle, or like a waterproof match candle. Because what it is you've got your match here. This is like a long, like wood stove match. The match heads here at the top, these little green bits. And what he also sent was this, and it took me a second to figure out what this was. I was looking at it and I was like, okay, what is this? It's had like a weird texture to it. And then I put my nose up to it and I smelt it, and I actually brought it over to my father. I'm like, what do you think this is? And he smelt it too, and it had a sulfur smell. And then I put two and two together. This is a striker for these. I've never seen that before, so that's wicked cool. 10 times cooler than just bringing a striker, ripping it off a box and bringing it with you. And very handy, I would have never thought of doing something like this, so big props to you, Nate. Very cool. So you got your striker, you got your matches, and what you do is you strike them. They're going to start to burn. As soon as they hit this jute twine with the animal fat, it'll start to catch fire on that. And then it burns really slow. You get some really good burn time out of these from what I've seen. I've never used them, but I have seen some videos on them. Basically, the jute twine is wrapped really nice all the way down, and then dipped. And I don't know. I'm excited to use one of these. I'm going to be doing an overnighter in the next 2 or 3 days, and these are coming with me, and I'm going to use at least one when I'm out there just to give it a try. And it's just another very simple, very awesome, and well thought out little gift there. So that's what we got. Tea in the trees, Nate, Mary, Bush Pigs, thank you so much, guys. So much appreciated. I'm going to be grabbing a couple beers for you guys, that beer that you wanted, and maybe I'll collect some really cool, Maine fire supplies. It's going to take me a little while to find some Fatwood that looks this good, but I'm going to get you back, my friend. YouTube, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. This is just a testament to how amazing our bushcraft community is here on YouTube. I wouldn't trade it for the world, you guys. I've made a lot of really great friends in the last couple months just doing YouTube. And it makes me feel good, and I'm sure it makes them feel really great too. But Man, this is kindness right here, my friends. This is kindness. So I'm gonna put a link down in the description below. Check out Nate's channel, Tea in the Trees. Say hello to him for me. And you know what, guys? Take care. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.